Under U.S. law, the CIA and intelligence agencies make the big calls on intelligence. They can only be overruled by the president. Until today. This just changed in a profound way because President Trump has handed off his own intelligence powers to a cabinet official. And it's not one in the intelligence agencies or one overseeing the military. The president is handing off his own unitary powers to a man who increasingly looks like the most powerful figure in the entire Trump administration, and certainly one of Trump's favorites. I'm talking, of course, about Attorney General Bill Barr, who, as of today, may now override the expertise and nonpartisan judgments of intelligence professionals. Now, why does he suddenly get this power, which has never been taken from the intelligence agencies before? Well, I'll tell you the answer. On this one, it's a pretty clear storyline. The White House isn't even claiming this is for national security or a forward-looking policy to serve the public. The White House admits this is all about strengthening Barr's hand and reviewing the Mueller probe. And he is in favor with Trump for saying things about that probe like this.
It's a very unusual situation to have opposition research like that. To use that to conduct counterintelligence against an American political campaign is would be a strange development. I think there were some very strange developments during that period. That's one of the things we want to look into.
This is not normal. And in essence, it can probably only go two ways. If Barr ultimately agrees with these other intel officials' calls, then this apparent shift or power grab wouldn't change what becomes public. And so later we would look back on tonight and say, well, maybe it was pointless, meaning why do it at all? The other option, door number two, is that Barr overrides them. And then we may be headed for an epic clash between what Trump's own intel chiefs think is required for security and what Mr. Barr thinks is necessary to probe or undercut Mueller. Now, Democrats are upset. Intel leaders in that party say it's corrupt and contrary to how the intelligence community does their jobs protecting this country. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.